Hi everybody, Rihanna here. It's nice to see you guys all again at the end of the semester. I'm looking forward to talking about the things that I really enjoyed and then some of the things that were not really my favorite about this class. I thought it was interesting when Professor Casal brought up the definition of what his friend defined as education. And education is what you remember after you've forgotten all the details in your class. Oftentimes I'll study really hard for a test and then I'll ace it, but after I totally forgot the content that I was learning and it just doesn't retain. And I think it also comes into like if I'm really interested about that particular topic, I'll retain certain things over others. So I thought it was really interesting that he brought that up. So when I reflect back to this course, something that really stuck with me is the lesson about wabi sabi. And the reason why I was really interested in the concept of wabi sabi is because I feel like it kind of humbled me. You know, oftentimes we live in a society where everything is so busy and intense, and sometimes you don't really get to stop and just enjoy the simple things. And my perception of wabi sabi was pretty much to find the beauty in everything, even if they were imperfect, and appreciate them and accept it. When I learned about wabi sabi and appreciating the simple things in life, it made me humble. It made me want to slow my roll in this world and not always live such a fast lifestyle. The assignment that impacted me the most, and the assignment that impacted me the most was actually the most recent one when we read about a whack on the side of the head. And there were just so many great ideas that I ultimately learned so much about myself, and that's why it impacted me, because I learned about myself. I learned that I am a warrior, and when I say warrior, it's I find an idea and I just go for it. Sometimes I just don't think and I just have this idea and I go for it, and sometimes it's not the greatest idea. Granted, most of the bad ideas that I've had were in my early 20s, and now that I'm in my later 20s, I definitely stop and think a little bit more. I also thought that this assignment was really impactful to me because it kind of gave me motivation. There was a part in the reading where they talked about stop finding excuses, and that's with me. I'll have a goal, and the reason why we have these goals is because we're lacking something, right? And so with me, I tend to find the million reasons why I can't achieve this goal, and I find all the roadblocks instead of being creative and using that mindset. I'll find a million reasons why I can't do something, and I learned that in this lesson, I need to start using creative thinking to find ways where I can make things work. And so I thought that this assignment was so impactful to me, writing a letter to myself because I learned about myself. Something that was really difficult for me and that had me completely lost, and it still makes me frustrated right now, is the assignment about the Newton poems. And it was just so hard for me to interpret that style of writing and using my creative mind to interpret what the poem what the poets were trying to say. And even until now, like, I'll look back at the poems and I still have no idea what they're trying to say. So the last thing that I'll be talking about is talking about my habits of mind problem and assignment. Long story short, my problem was just trying to find ways to start implementing a healthier lifestyle, a more balanced diet, getting some workouts done more than I already have. I did find a little bit of progress. I'm still in the research phase right now, interviewing and finding some research and information of how to solve my problem.